everyone, it's Lynette with Charmed Grammy Crochet, and thank you for joining me here today. I'm going to welcome you into, I'm going to call this the studio, I guess. I don't know. It's just the room that I'm filming in, because everything is set up in here from doing lives for the last couple days. So, or for the next couple days. I'll be live tonight, and you'll see this in a few days. But and some of these things you'll have seen probably over the course of the lives, but I don't feel like they're done unless we do a little chit chat about it. So that's what I thought we would do. And then I can actually put them away and be done with them. So first of all, because I can't remember if I showed you this, I'm pretty sure that I did, but I made this cowl with the fur on it. I made one for Grandma P, so I'm calling it Grandma P's cowl, and I am going to start a video tutorial, I think, on it today. Someone has asked that I do it in a 4-weight, so that's what I'm going to do. And I have picked out the yarn that I'm going to do. Only I made gloves to go with it. I'm not going to do a video on the gloves because I don't like how they turned out, and I have no interest to have another pair of them or to try to fiddle with it. And it's not that I'm trying to be nasty about it, it's just that I have a pair of fingerless gloves that I was given from Madonna, and I wear them, and that keeps her close to my heart and hands. And so with that being said, I don't need another pair. I didn't like making them. I've made fingerless gloves from tutorials, and that was great, and I liked them. And I gave them away because I have the ones from Madonna that I wear. These, I did not enjoy trying to figure it out, so I'm not going to try that again. But I am going to do a cowl, and I'm going to do it in the 4-weight, and I'm going to tell you what was different with the 5-weight. But this is the yarn I'm going to use because Christmas is coming, and this is a red color. I don't know if you can tell or not, but it is called Barn Red. I don't know if it's better up closer. Yeah, okay, so it's Barn Red. It is Bernat Baby Blanket Tiny. And it is a 4-weight yarn, so any 4-weight will work the same. But I had one skein of this in red, and I thought, oh, this would be really nice and warm in the winter and Christmassy all at the same time. So it's a 3.5 ounce, 100 grams, 100% polyester, and it recommends using a 4mm hook. I'm probably going to use a 6. I'm going to do a couple of stitches with it and then determine if I'm going to go 5 or 6, but usually when I do a 4-weight yarn, I do a 6. This is a little bit thin as a 4-weight, I think. I don't know, but it's soft for a cowl. I thought it would be really soft and cushy for a cowl. I've never used it before, so it'll be an experience for all of us. I think it'll turn out really nice. And, you know, this is done in multiples of 4, so you just make it to the size that you want. And hopefully that there's enough of this because I only have one skein in that color. So it's going to be a 1-skein wonder, I'm pretty sure. Then I also wanted to I have a few things to show you, 2 things to show you besides the cowl that like I said, I think I already showed you. And by the time that this video comes out, you will, if you have watched the lives that I do with Nancy from She's Got Yarn on Tuesdays, and this week we are opening Boggy Creek blankets on Wednesday, or have. You will have seen this. But if you don't watch those things, I don't feel like I'm finished it until I've showed it to you on my own channel or doing my own stuff. So if you've seen this stuff, just fast forward. But I did complete the breast cancer / Barbie awareness blanket that we started with, you know, that was Nancy's brainchild from She's Got Yarn on our Tuesday night lives. So I did the farmhouse square, and I did a little, like, 1.5-minute short kind of video for it. I never did one of those before, so I thought I would practice because I had some pictures. And so I did all of these. Everything, I think every square that I did is listed under a playlist called TNL. I'm pretty sure every square that I did is there. This one is the farmhouse, and then you'll just have to pick out the pictures of the rest. That's a heart. I did 3 of the farmhouse, 5 rows across. So 3 of the farmhouse, then 2 of the farmhouse, and then the others alternated with motifs. There's a total of 25. The middle square was designed by Jaxie from Creations by Jax. And she designed it specifically for this blanket, but it's beautiful and you could do it in any colors. So this is a smiley face, even though I wanted to stick with all pinks. Should have used a darker one to see it better on camera, but in person you can see it pretty good. And then we have this retro daisy. I didn't bring the yarns in here. I should have brought it. They're still downstairs. Gotta bring them up. And then we have that, which is a very similar motif, but with puffies to this. So that's kind of cool. So it's got like puff stitches that kind of make it like the farmhouse square, just with puff stitches that stick out. And that would be a really cool blanket too, I think, to do some flat and then some with different colors for the puffies. I like that. Then we have, this is just a regular granny. I just ombre'd the colors from I did the white to match it's the only square with a motif that has white in it, I think. Oh no, it's one of 2. Because I wanted the white mostly to only be here, but I needed more colors to be able to ombre it out. So I went with the white, and then I went to the darkest pink that I have to the light pink, because all of the motif squares have this white pink in them to make it cohesive. And this color is not, this one is not in any of the squares. It's only for the join and the border. I know, I made it so complicated. And then this is the square that Jaxie made. And then we have a heart. And then my crazy peace sign that did not turn out straight, no matter what I did. But this is way better than the original one. I'll never do another peace, knock on wood, peace sign again. Unless it's an applique, maybe. I don't know. And then this swirl one. And then we have my favorite one. Except the darn elephant. Now, in the tutorial, the woman has you sew it down completely. And I wanted mine to be more like where she could play with it. And I'm assuming this will be a girl that takes this just because it's pink. But I did starch it even to try to get it to lay flat. But, you know, you can't iron it. It's acrylic yarn, and this is metallic acrylic. So, yeah, there's no ironing. But I did spray starch it and let it dry, hoping that it would keep it from curling up. I think I want to put a bow. I keep forgetting. Every time I look at her, I'm like, oh, put a bow on her. I think she needs a bow right there. Just a piece of tied string yarn. Like, I could even use a pink yarn end and just tie a bow right there. But I gotta remember to do that. Then we have the square, and you guys, I don't remember who they are or you know, who designed them. And then this is a puffy. These are puffy. I know it's hard to tell with this bright. That's a neon, and I know it blows out, but these are puffy. It's a puffy daisy thing or something. And then that's all of them. Then for the border, and as you can see, I did not block. I'm not going to block it because I think they're going to wash it when they get it there anyway. So what's the sense of blocking? But it is just a netting kind of stitch, you know, where you chain 4, skip 2 or whatever. Go into third and then chain 5 and then chain 6 to make them bigger, you know, as you go around and add to the laciness of it. But I thought that would be a nice finish to a girly kind of blanket with a kind of lacy, you know, border on it. And if I blocked it, you would see it way better. But like I said, it's going to get, you know, it's going to travel down. I'll fold it up in a bag. And my understanding is that they wash these every time. So if I blocked it, you're not going to see it anyway. So I'm not going to waste my time to do that. And let me just fold it back up. I tried to fold it so that the elephant is on top, so I don't make its trunk more squishy, more curvy than it already wants to do. But I really want it to be loose and not... Oh, I guess I should show you the whole full thing. So this is what she looks like. I think she turned out real pretty. I did take pictures. I'm going to be sad to see this one go. I kind of would like to keep it, but I made it for Boggy, and I could always duplicate it, which honestly I never will. This was definitely a labor of love. Every motif took a while because I had to watch the video every single time, and the videos are long, and so you don't get as much crochet time in as you get video time. And I'm not saying anything bad about any of the tutorials. That's not the case. It's just that, you know, you have to watch round for round. Well, if you're reading the pattern, I can, because I have learned to read simple patterns. I can read. If it's a complicated pattern, forget it. I'm not reading it. Then I'm watching the tutorial regardless, if there is one. If not, I'm chucking the whole thing. Even though I have Zoom aunties that will help me. But, you know, when you do a tutorial, it's a slower process. And if I wasn't making a bunch of other things and, you know, whatever, I wanted to have that done 2 weeks ago. So I was 2 weeks behind. I felt the pressure. I wanted it to be done by the end of, you know, pretty much, well, almost by the end of the month. And now I finished it on, like, I don't know, the 13th of November, and I wanted it done at least by the first Tuesday of November. Whatever. It's done now, and I'm glad, and I'm not complaining, honestly. So let me show you. Now I am also I'm helping Laura and being a ghost stitcher. Yep, I said it. And I think this might be pretty much all the colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's one more color hiding. I don't know which one it is. The bright blue. I don't know. The mint green. Oh, I'm missing a mint green. Nope, there it is. I don't know which color I'm missing. I got, oh, the pink. Yeah, nope. I have 7 colors. I don't know what one I'm missing. Oh, and the yarns on that were all different, so I'm not even going to go through it, but they were all 100% acrylic. So I am also making, like I said, a blanket that I am doing circles, and I'm turning them into squares. And this one is a dark pink. This one is coral, mint green, bright blue, yellow, dark green. I thought I had 7 colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe I have 6 colors and I'm only making 42 squares. I don't know because I'm not finding another color. Oh, there it is. Did I say purple? Oh, there it is. Lavender. And I am using a variegated yarn. It is, I love this yarn, Prince, in the color Sherbet Stripe. And so I tried to coordinate the colors in the circles to the colors in, you know, in the yarn. I did as best I could. There is not a yellow in the yarn, but we needed a yellow because I liked it. But like it's got that bright blue, and there's not a mint green in here either, but I needed another color. So anyway, there were a couple of colors, like this coral turns into a pink, so I kind of tried to get it to match up as best I could. And this is going to be a Boggy Creek blanket. And after I made the square in there with the smiley face on it, I thought I want to put smiley faces on all of these squares. Yeah, we'll see if that happens. But at least some of them. And I'm just going to, I will do at least some of them. I would like to do all of them, but I'm not guaranteeing, because that's a lot of time and a lot of ends. Because you're going to have 2 ends for each eye, 2 ends for the, and it's going to be like surface crochet to do the face. That's how I, well, not the eyes so much, but the mouth, I would do a surface, like single crochet kind of thing. And the bottom line is, those ends are hard to weave in. If I'm doing a black yarn, you know, because smiley faces have black eyes and mouth, then it's going to be really hard to hide the ends. So unless I get really good at trying to hide the ends in a dark, for black, in a dark single line, I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that now. After I started thinking about all the ends to get woven in again, and hiding them, I'm like, ooh, do you really want to do that? I really want the blanket to look like that. I mean, I think it will be really, really, really a fun blanket. And I'm like, yes, Lynette, you need to do that. And I'm like, oh God, how are you going to do that? And how much time is that going to take? And it, you know, crochet, you shouldn't be worried about time. I mean, I get that. But this is, you know, it's to me something I want to be done, and not put too much labor into each blanket. I want them to be fun and pretty and exciting and whatever, colorful, but blankets take a long time, and these are small blankets. They shouldn't take the time of a big blanket, you know what I mean? Anyway, so this is the second skein of this yarn that I am using to make the squares. I will be joining in a separate color that's not here already. And the circles are just various different yarns that I had that matched. So that's what I'm doing with that. I have all of the circles are made and in this bag, because that's what I use to carry them up here. All of the ends are in this bag for the amigurumis that I want to make. That's a whole nother reason that I don't want this blanket to take too much longer. I'm kind of getting tired of it. So I think I might finish all of the circles, which I don't have that many more to do, to turn them into squares. Maybe 15, if that. And that part's really quick. Other than, then I got to sew in all the ends. But I had not sewed in any ends, and then I went through, and every circle that I did, I sewed in the ends on it, and on one of the stack that I didn't have the ends sewn in on. So I was like forcing myself to do, okay, make one square and then sew in 2 ends until I had them all done. And that made it go much faster and less boring than just sitting there and sewing in ends on 42 or 49 or whatever squares that I've got, or that I'm making. I don't know, I had like 20 squares that I didn't sew in the ends on. Ooh, shame on me. And I thought, oh man, that's turning into a really big project all of a sudden just to sew in ends. And so I wanted to nip that in the bud. And now it's going way faster. Every one, I'm making sure to do the ends as I get done with it. And so I think I don't want to sew it together until I have the faces on, because it'll be a lot easier as individual squares. So I think that once I have all the squares turned in, all the circles turned into squares, then I'm just gonna randomly, when I sit down to crochet, do a face or 2, see how fast that goes, but do a couple at a day and get the faces together. Then I can sew all the squares together. And I think I'm just gonna put them in a bag, you know, in their project bag, and I'm just gonna whip a square out and make sure the right sides are together, and I don't care what order they're in. It's going to be very random, completely 100% random. I'm not going to color control if the squares are, or at least not too much. If the squares are next to each other, that are the same color. And I might color control that a little bit because I probably don't want it to be like this, but if it looked like a coral square, then a purple square, then a coral square again, I probably wouldn't care about that. Or if the coral square was down here, I don't think I'll care about that too much. But I definitely want to not make sure all the faces are going the same way. I want them to all be different. And make the blanket kind of crazy that way. I think that'll be fun for the kids. And I might try like some smile faces, some that have like maybe a wiggly mouth, and some that maybe have a smirky mouth, you know, off to the side or whatever. I don't think I want to do any frowns or mad faces. Just, you know, I'm not going to do anything like that. But some additional characters to maybe just smiling, just to make it not as boring for me, you know, to just do smiles, but maybe some that have like a wiggly mouth, and some with shorter mouths and bigger mouths, and, you know, I think I might do something like that. So let me put this off to the side. So that's pretty much, I worked really hard to get the look of the draw. My look of the draw blanket is done and up to date as far as the next video that's coming out, which will be after you've already, or before you've seen this video, so I can't talk about that at all because, you know, there's secrets going on there until each video is out. But I'm just doing one square at a time right now on that, so it's like a 30-second it's a 30-second make and add it to the blanket, because I'm doing this other blanket. So when that gets done, then maybe I will do another big square. But I want to see how my yarn, how far the yarn goes. But the big square that I did for Boggy Creek, I was trying to get it caught up like 5 weeks at one time, and I got it done in 2 evenings. So that was easy breezy. I'm going to start the cowl tutorial tonight, or today, and that's, cross your fingers, that's the plan. And I want to start the Boggy Creek Christmas blanket that my Precious Yarnery designed for us. But I feel like I need to get other things done first. So, but I do have to get the cowl out, because if anybody wants to use it as a Christmas gift, it's quick make. So that shouldn't take me too long to make. I just don't know how long it's going to take to video. So that's all the yarn catch-up I have. Now, I did want to talk to you guys about an order I placed with Lion Brand Yarn. I am a little perturbed with them, and I'm trying to not be too negative. I understand that things go wrong sometimes. And I understand when they put yarn on sale at a really good price and the word gets out, people go crazy and things run out. Totally 100% understand that. If you're not there first, you're going to miss out. I placed an order on October 10th, and the total was $73 and change. And I had free shipping because if you spent over 50 bucks. And it's when they had the Schitt's Creek yarn on sale, 6 for $12, so $2 a piece if you bought 6. I'd seen the Schitt's Creek yarn. I think Joann's sold that, or was it Michael's? I don't remember. I had seen it, and it looked like really nice yarn, but it was really, I thought, very expensive. I don't even watch the show, so the names meant nothing to me. The colors meant nothing to me. As far as that goes, the label, I mean, I could have cared 2 cents. And there was no way I was paying $10 for the yarn because it carries the name Schitt's Creek. Now, my order did come in. Well, I ordered, they charged my credit card on the 11th of October. Now, the rest of the dates are a little foggy from that point on, but people were getting their yarn. I did get a confirmation that the shipment had been sent, And so I started tracking it, and it never moved. So I was tracking and tracking, and after a week, and other people were receiving their yarn, people that I know that ordered the same day I did, I called UPS, and I'm like, where's my package? It hasn't moved. And they said, well, we see that the label was created, but they've never, you know, come up with a box for it. So I called Lion Brand, and even though, and it was on a Friday, and it was 4:30, and their offices, they close at 4 o'clock. Leave a message, and they would get back to me. Or no, they didn't say leave a message. They said send an email to this address, blah blah blah, and we'll get back to you. So I emailed them on that Friday. Monday, I hear nothing. Tuesday, Wednesday, all week long, I get nothing. Crickets. So I'm like, what the heck? So I call them back on the next Friday. So it's been a week. And I explained the situation, and she says, oh, well, oh yeah, that order didn't go out. I'm like, I know. She says, well, do you still want it? I said, of course I do. So she said, okay, well, I will cancel that order and reorder the yarns for you. And you should get something from us. It was already later in the afternoon on Friday, because I worked Friday morning. She said, I will hear something Monday or Tuesday, and my yarn will get sent out. I said, okay. Well, I get a confirmation email that very day that they, when I sent out the email the first day, they did send an automatic reply with a ticket number, you know, a complaint number kind of thing. And so that very Friday that I called and talked to someone, I got an email saying that they canceled my order and that they closed the ticket on that order. Well, they got to that right away. Then the next day or two, I got another confirmation that the same day I got a confirmation that a new ticket was created. I mean, a new order number was created for my order. And then the weekend happened, and eventually they refunded everything that I had originally ordered, and they sent out a new order. I only 2 of the yarns that I ordered were there. So that was very disappointing. Well, I got the order the other day. There's no packing slip in the order. When they issued the refund to my credit card, they didn't do it the same day. They did it the day that they reordered the yarn. And they refunded me $41 and change, which means they kept $32 and change or something like that. They sent me $24 worth of yarn, and they charged me $32. Well, the yarn and taxes should have been $26, $27 max. So I think they charged me shipping. They should not have charged me shipping. I had free shipping on my original order. Had they sent the original order when they created the label, when they told me they were sending it, all of my yarn would have been there, and I had free shipping. So I tried calling them, and it was during business hours, and they pretty much said leave a message or email us. And I did that 2 times on that very day. I didn't yesterday, and I did not get to it today. As of the time of filming this, we had stuff to do, and I didn't get to calling them back. I'm not emailing them, because when I emailed them last time, they did not respond in a week. So that said, I'm very aggravated with them right now, and I'm not very likely to want to buy yarn from them again, even though I love Lion Brand yarn. And if the price is right, because I'm a cheapskate, I will want to buy it. But I'm going to be real reluctant. It's going to have to be, $2 or $1 a skein before I'm going to want to buy yarn from them again. I was going to order mystery bags because they had the Santa sacks out, and I love the Santa sacks. I did not. I'm like, can't do it. I'm just, because I'm aggravated with them. That being said, rant over, complaint over. I know I'm not upset that the yarn, you know, I'm a little upset that they lost my order or never completed it or whatever, because they charged me. So if I wasn't like looking for it, if I was one of those people that order yarn all the time, they would have got me for 75 bucks and I would have never realized it probably. But I've been waiting for the order. So anyway, yeah, I mean, it could have easily slipped through my cracks because I don't write down what I order when I order it. And they say they shipped it, so you know that I'm looking for it, but and I'm not saying that they intentionally wanted to get me for 75 bucks. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that whatsoever. But they charged me when they created the label, or they charged me the next day before they even created the label. They had no problem charging my credit card. And then, you know, the order got lost. By the time they go to actually fill it the second time to do the replacement, most of the yarns are out of stock. They still only charged me the sale price at $6 for $12, but now I only have a $24 order, so they charged me shipping because it needed to be $50. And maybe they didn't even have free shipping at that time anymore, but that's not the point. My order was placed properly. All the mistakes were on their end, and so I am hoping, I believe Lion Brand is a good company, and I think that they will reimburse me for the shipping. If they do not, I'll let you know for sure. But anyway, that being said, I got the yarn. I got 2 colors of the Schitt's Creek, and I got, let's see, this one is called Bebe Blue and Fold in the Cheese. So I got the blue and the yellow. I wanted that bright pink and teal really bad, but this is what's left. There were no creams or whites when I ordered. Those were already gone. But I ordered every color that was available at the time. And these are the only 2 colors that I received. I did order another yarn that was not Schitt's Creek. That yarn was also not received. But I'm going to tell you what, this yarn is 100% acrylic. It's heavy. It's a heavy, and it reminds me of cotton. I would almost say it's like, feels like a shiny cotton versus an acrylic. It's, I don't know why, it just reminds me of a cotton yarn, but it is 100% acrylic. It is really nice. There's 372, I think, yards to it. It's a 7-ounce, 200 grams per skein. And I know when I saw it in the store, I'm like, ooh, I really like that yarn. But I'm not paying. I mean, you know, you can buy, not as, this would be a really nice sweater. You would not be uncomfortable wearing this at all. And I don't know, I have 6 skeins. I don't know if that's probably close to sweater quantity anyway. 6 skeins of each color at just 372 yards. But it's really nice and soft. And at $2 a skein, you can't go wrong. Sadly, I didn't get all of it that I wanted, and I am very sad about that. Now that I really have it in my possession and I'm able to touch it and play with it, I'm like, ooh. Whoever was able to get every color and a lot of it got a really, really, really good deal and a really, really, really nice yarn. The sad thing is that they had to charge so much for this yarn. If they could have made it at half the price, well, maybe more than half the price, because I would say it's a much nicer yarn than what you would get for $5 now. I mean, because, well, I Love This Yarn is about $5, and this doesn't feel like I Love This Yarn. It's a much denser yarn than that, but it would be worth every bit as much as, I Love This Yarn is one of my favorite yarns. It's very soft, and I love working with it. This is I Love This Yarn, and it just glides through your fingers, and I think this would do the same. And I would be willing, like, this is $4.99. Well, I got this on clearance because, you know me, I buy all my yarn on clearance. But if you were going to pay a full price for this, oh, they want it. The stickers marked $11.99 a skein. No way. That's way too much money for 372 yards of acrylic yarn, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. I would have paid, I would think $6, $6 a skein. This is $5, and this is great yarn if you ask me. And the solids, this one only has 252 yards, but it's not a solid. The solids like this have 350-ish yards in them of the I Love This yarn. Big Twist, all of those kind of yarns. I think you would not put this in that same category. You might want to put it, because it's a special novelty yarn, you might want to put it at a little higher price point, but not $12, not $11, not $12. I'm not going to pay that ever. But that's just me. It is great yarn, and congratulations to all of you that got all of it. And I will let you know how Lion Brand comes through. I think they're a really good company. I think they're a little shorthanded and overwhelmed, but everybody is. And, you know, I can order from Hirschner's and get my yarn in a week. I can order from Turkey at Ice Yarns and get my yarn in 2 or 3 days. So I'm the overwhelmed. Hire more people, Lion Brand. Everybody is shorthanded. I don't know where all the workers went. Honest to God, we're shorthanded at my jobs. I have several part-time jobs. They're all shorthanded. Like, where did all the workers go? I don't know. But anyway, it is what it is. And as I said, I'm not upset over the yarn running out. I'm not upset about that. Except that I ordered on time when they had it. So that's, but not every color. I mean, by the time I got there were colors that were gone. I totally get it. And I totally get that they ran out of colors as they're packing up the orders. But when they find my box that they lost, I hope they ship it to me for free. I mean, I'll pay for the yarn. I want the yarn. And I want it for the price I paid. So that's that. Wish me luck. They're never going to find my box. They probably reshelved it and gave it to somebody else. That's okay. But I do want my shipping fee back. And then, you know, it'll still be a minute before I order, because I think they need to get more help in there. And I don't want, when you order a mystery box, I don't want the mystery to be, are you going to get it? This wasn't a mystery box, but you get my point. Anyway, guys, I don't want to sound like I'm aggravated, and I'm a little aggravated, but you know, things happen, and that's okay. It's only yarn, and it's not the end of the world. I'll be really upset if I don't get my shipping fee back, but other than that, life is okay, and I'm just glad I got what I got. And I will order from them again. You know I will. I don't want to right now, though. So I hope that you enjoyed the lives that we had this past week. This coming up week, there will be no live on Tuesday. Probably not Wednesday either, because it is the day before Thanksgiving here in the States. So we'll probably see you on those in the next 2 weeks. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for stopping by.